ads are done. Therefore, I must begin. It's already been one hell of a morning. Are you... really, buddy? Okay. I guess I don't get to start anything. He wants to go outside. Oh, why does he always choose, like, the moment after I hit full screen? Why does he always choose that? It's like, hi. I want to go outside now. Well, anyways, we are back. We're having been why do I have goggles on? When did I get goggles? Huh. Okay, anyways, it is most likely going to be a short stream because of the pain in the ass that was getting the stream to actually start once my headache went away. Okay, I can flip back to the correct position. So, as you can see, what was that? Oh, that's an owl. Every time, I always forget this is modded when I start it. I have gotten rid of the middle of the tree. Because I like the roots. The roots are nice. Could use a little bit more definition on the top of this one. Sure. Yeah, okay. And then continue right in here. Oops. Now, on the NotSMP, the hill is not shaped like this. This is completely different than the hill that it's going on, but what do I care, right? I'm here to build and make shenanigans. So, yes, it will be a short stream. It'll be maybe an hour and a half. Same as yesterday, although it's not because I'm cranky today. It is because my mother is coming over. Okay. There needs to be a lantern in there so I can actually see what I'm doing. Maybe a few lanterns. Alright, so what I need to do is connect the top and the bottom. So I am, let's see, doesn't have to be that far out. Position and size input. Set 1. Oh I struggle with flying in Axiom. It's opposite of what it normally is, so it doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me. I don't need it to be higher than that 1. And that looks like it's 2. There we go. That'll do. And we are going to duplicate. Let's do it a few times. I know there are probably other ways to do this that work better. But I'm still learning how Axiom works. Okay, I want to go up just one level, not one level, the few levels that I just added in. Well, let me extrude. I really need to take that recording off. It's causing issues. Alright, so da, 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 da. Set to expand. And I have my selection. Oh, there we go. That's how that's. It's not the full thing, it's just. Adding to it. What if I. Hello, XD. How are you today? Oh, that's not right either. How do I make it do that? I am attempting to figure out how Axiom works for the nth time. Hope my headache is better. It is. It is much better than it was earlier. It was extremely frustrating. To wake up with a headache because why must life be like that, right? And then after all of that, as I'm like, all right, I'm ready to start stream. I'm ready to go. This was an hour ago. All of a sudden my computer's like, you know what? You know what? No. Like, it didn't crash, it just stopped entirely. And I was like, what is going on? And after about, it was almost 10 minutes, it finally did something. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to restart this. Restart the whole dang computer. Which worked. But then I had to go through okay, I think we're actually done that. I had to go through and update all of the programs that were going now. Hey, you know what would be great? Needing to update, which was most of them. Okay. So I have added some length in there. Though it does look pretty funny right now. Melt. Yeah. You gonna let me do something? Ooh, no, that's not what I wanted. I mean, that's interesting, but that is not what I wanted. I want a distortion. Distort. That is huge. I don't want that big of a distortion. Okay, maybe the fact that it's hollow is the problem. Alright. Really didn't want to fill it, but if I have to, I have to, right? Okay, that is the first point. No, wait, that's not what I want to do. Okay, and if I hit fill, nope, I don't think that'll do. Clear selection. How do you select something that isn't there? I don't think that's going to work. So I will merely deal with the melt and paint and distort. So melt. Like that. And we will sculpt. Sculpt. Is that just putting it this? Oh, because it's selected, right? That's got to be clear selection. Sculpt. That's better. That's better. No, I don't want it in the... Go with gray wool for now. No, that's not going to work. It's not going to let me do that. Freehand drill. Okay, that's where it goes. Now, let's see how badly I screwed it up on this side. Yeah. Because I do struggle. I do struggle. Okay. Masking. So I grab that. Do I even remember? No, I don't remember. Shoot. Because I want to make sure that so if it's block equals wool, no, I don't even. I don't know. I'm not going to mess around with it when I don't actually know what I'm doing with it. I need to look at some tutorials. I shall instead just smack it with buttons. Ooh, wait, flood fill. This might actually do what I want. Maybe. So if I clear the selection, and then I what did I just do? Oh my good. That was not what I intended to do, but it is funny. All right then. Well, that does not work like that. No, I don't want to go down. I just wanted to undo those. Because as amusing as it is to try and figure things out on the fly, I just don't know what I'm doing. Modeling. What does this do? Ooh. So that would put it like that. And then I can just in and out. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna hit Catmull ROM. What is a Catmull ROM surface? Yeah, so that is just gotta stop hitting the X. I don't know why I struggle so much. Like, I mean, I get why I struggle so much, but it's annoying. Convex hull. Convex hull. Oh, that does work as a thing. The boy wants in now. Estinian, oh, Estinian. This comes lazily trotting his butt in. Just lazily. And now he's gonna bark, because of course he is. There. There. Okay, that is not going to work the way I thought it would, so I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, Ruffin? Ruffin does... Ah, that's what Ruffin does. Just gonna add a little more of a melt. No, I'm not. All right. Once again, that annoys the hell out of me. Painter. Painter just changes the color, I think. Shop. Shop, the shape, the shapey shop, the shape. Cylinder. Okay. Interesting stuff, interesting stuff. Anyways. Fill nearest? No, so select. And okay, I don't think I have. I am so confused by what I actually do and don't have selected. So all of that's selected. Except for everything that's not. No. Okay. Oh, I forgot that was still on. Oops. Okay, so if I do that and then oh, is that going to do it? Is that going to let me fill in the inside? Since I don't know what I'm doing. Once again. I am struggling. With directions as I attempt to do anything. All right. That is a start. So try to figure out what to do, what I have done. Clear selection. Grab that melt and see what happens when I do that this time. There we go. that less so. And it's doing things again that I don't understand. Doing things again that I don't understand. Weather. Please stop existing, weather. Do not help when you exist, weather. And that side stopped looking blocky, but it also doesn't really look like a tree. Okay, grab you, and we are going to extrude. Fill all of this in appropriately. You can hear Stinian just making noise. I don't have to select it, I can just press Y. And if I take Y out, that didn't do it anything, but I'm figuring it out. Magic wand is M. Okay. Okay, M and Y are what I need right now. M. So I attempt to figure out what my directions are. I think that's should be low enough. Yeah, that hits the roots there. How dare I not know what I'm doing? now I'm inside. Does look like there's still some gaps in here. I don't really know. Trying to fill in these gaps, these holes. This is very bizarre, but also kind of fun. So just follow the little lines. So M for magic wand, Y for extrude. Slowly figuring things out as I go, which is what I need. M. And then Y. Alright, well, we'll see if I need to actually add anything else into that collection of space. There we go. Melt is K. I'm not going to remember that. So this tree is intended to be a whole lot of different types of wood. Like I wanted it as a representation of all of the woods that are at the nursery, or could be at the nursery once I actually get the trees properly set up. Let's smooth that a little. Okay, and then I can path. Putting it up along the sides just to figure out, you know, keeping it in the same general area instead of having it way off into the ocean. Having to constantly actually check where my fingers are is fantastically annoying. But that's a me problem, not an Axiom problem. Yes, that is how a tree works. That is exactly how a tree works. Accidentally just flopping a what are they called? Vertices? Just fully out into the middle of nowhere. Now up. Push in. Nope, because that just... No! Alright, so... that sort of works. That. A little more tree shaped, maybe. If I know what a tree looks like. I would hope I know what a tree looks like. There are still 14 in my yard. Started with 17. But then the arborist was like, this is not healthy for these trees. You need to do something. And it will only cost you $1,000. It costs more than that. But the tree that they said was going to die, like, imminently, and I should probably get it removed, it's still alive. It's still here. So I don't know what they were talking about. But, you know, I'm not the arborist. I don't know trees and tree things. Sometimes it's just easier to go in and break the blocks yourself. Okay. Go in and use a smaller path, because that was a 3. Jeez. Those are still really thick. I have Britney Spears stuck in my head, which is just kind of funny. But also kind of annoying. Okay. Sculpt, draw. No. Did that do what I wanted it to do? sorta, but not really. Why am I hearing a witch? Is there a witch inside my tree? It's extremely rude of the witch to be inside of my tree. Well, I don't know where the witch is. Simver. Seriously, where is it? I can hear it, but I do not see it. Wait, is this branch empty? It is! Okay, I was like, what's going on? I need you guys to just, like, stop being here. Because you're, like, really annoying. That does mean I should put a lantern up in here to prevent that from occurring. There's one little guy sticking out here. It's like, it looks silly because it's this little tiny branch, but that's how real trees work, so. These have random ass little tiny branches out there just causing all kinds of problems. That is really annoying. Why do I have stone and not gray wool? Considering most of this is going to get covered with leaves anyways. Like, why am I putting this much effort in? I don't know. Funsies. This needs a bit more shape. Ooh, that took way too much out. Apparently I took way too much out earlier and didn't notice. Somehow that is exactly like me. Melty, 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 melts. bit of smoothing. Little bit of smoothing. And then a little bit of filling that in. That looks like it's got just a little tiny bit too much. Just right there. Just right there. That root up. I also want to smooth that will, yeah, that'll do a little bit of going inside there. Which isn't exactly what I want, but should be able to just throw a shape into here. Just a regular old sphere. There we go. That is funny that it just kicked the creeper out because I hit the enter. Okay, and then a little bit of smoothing. She didn't really seem to be smoothing, but whatever. Whatever. A little bit more of a sculpture bit there. No! Inside. Inside the hole, please. I've got to make sure it goes inside. A little bit of melt. Just a little bit of melting. Oh, look at that. We have crossed the 1 hour mark. I have done an amount. Whether that is an acceptable amount or not is yet to be determined. No, I definitely need that to be freehand. Just gonna grab that. And we are going to replace the grass with some wool. And we are going to clear selection and just add a little bit to here. So then I can shave it down. Smooth. Smooth. Looks a bit more like a tree. As it stands. This definitely needs to be reworked. By hand. No. Then so freehand draw, what does that do? Okay, that just gives me a little bit of a chunk. It's interesting what it chooses to smooth and what it's just like, no, I don't think I like that. Let's rebuild part of that up. I want to because like from this side, things look pretty good. But when I start going to this side, everything just seems to get lost. And maybe that's just because there's lots of different branches in here. I don't know for sure. So that's not going to work. The selection is too big. Too big. Now, if I do that, no, it's still just going to grab everything. I don't want it to grab everything. I just want this branch. Ugh. So that was obviously not just that branch. So other way, I guess. Maybe, hopefully, this will work. One set. Position 2 set. Now, that didn't work. Position 1. Position 2. Okay, so that shrank that. That goes way too low. So we just want it to about here. $115 goes into the next branch. So 119. Yeah. Okay, 119 works that way. That was the correct one for that. Minus 95 is way too big. 92. Yeah, that'll work. And then this one needs to be minus 87. That looks like it's got the whole thing in there. Okay. Cut. Rotate it. Oh, that's funny, but that's definitely not going to work. It does need to be that way, but it still feels like noise rather than a branch. I think that needs to get pathed out a little bit further, perhaps. You kid, okay. Yeah, that feels a bit better. Part of the reason why there's just random holes is because I replaced everything that was oak with air. Because I did originally build this with wood, and it didn't look great when I transferred it over to the NotMod server. Because of course, to get Axiom I have to be in Fabric. And not mod is forge. I think if I want that one to look more real, it needs to have a little bit going out this way. We'll have that, and please don't freeze. Please do not freeze. Like that. Like, admittedly, the tree is going to be viewed here. From down at the ground rather than up in the air. Which makes it look like it's not full enough, I think. So. So let's see. This will do. Don't really want it too curvy. Need shape going there, I think. I also need shape going out further. Yeah. That's what I need, is to keep it on that one. Because it just looks wrong with the other ones. So very wrong. Okay, now. Fill it in, fill it in, fill it in right here. And that's sculpt draw. Build it up a little. And smooth. Ooh, I did not mean to smooth it right through that chunk. Do not remove thickness of branch. Branch require thickness. At least in certain areas, it does. Not path. just slot that over like that a little. Like that. This one needs to go up. All right, let's see how that looks. A little too thick, part I just added. Just smooth the underside slightly. Melt the underside a little bit. Does not like that. And I did not like that. Okay, I know where my next branch needs to come from, right here. Okay, so now we need to bring these out into the positions I require. It's just way too far out that way, I think. I think I put too many vertices into this one. Okay. Nope, I did not mean to do that. Melt, melt, melt. I need a little bit of a more melt. Out of my view. Thank you. one more brown branch, I think, that I need to move slightly or more than slightly. Set position 1. Okay. Is it way over there? Sometimes I do wonder. That needs to be to there. Hi, YB. You are looking at a tree with no leaves. A very large tree with no leaves. Okay, and then I need to add we don't want to miss those. All right. Now we want to cut so I can move it. I don't like where it's sitting. And that'll probably go to, yeah, way too much. Jeez, this branch is awful. Don't want it too close to this one here either. So that might need to be up there. Just wanted to stop by and say hello since you'll be heading out soon, so have a good rest of your stream. Why, thank you, and thank you for stopping in. The stream's probably not going to be going much longer. My mother is supposed to be here in the next about 20-30 minutes, so thank you for popping in. I do appreciate it. Melt. Melt all the pieces I do not want. Nope. Again, I'm struggling with maneuvering in Axiom. Another there. hear Rigel. Hi, Rye. Hi, Roy. Oh, and then there's this Nestinian taking her place. Because I noticed her. Which obviously means it's time that he needs to be noticed. Move that in there. So that. Down we go. It looks a bit less crowded that way. This is still slightly crowded though. But there's only so much I can do. Let's make that just a little smidgen thicker. Smooth it out a bit more. Oh, I did not want to hit the branch behind it. And I'll put this as the highest of the branches. Nope. Did that wrong. Ooh. That definitely looks pretty cool when you're coming at it from a distance. Which is what I assume most people will be doing. They are coming near my nursery. That brown one is looking a little awkward, a little funky. Does not want to let me smooth that. A little bit of melting. A little more melting. Smoothing. Yes, good. Build that up and to the side. Build it up and to the side. It was not the side that I wanted to build it to, but it's not too bad. Out of there. Less blocky. Oh, sound of that boy, he do be barking. He do be barking. Smacking his tail on things like crazy. Can you settle down, buddy? He says no. Oh, he really wants me to go see it. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. What's wrong, bud? I'm guessing there was a cat in the yard that he scared off with all of his barking. I let him go out so he could sniff around. Turn that off. It's not needed when there's no animals in here. And Rye just found something to knock around on the floor. Okay. I want to add another little one here. Sounds like one of my hair clips. And the nutritionist who doesn't listen wants to try and book me in for another call. It's like, yeah, I'm allergic to a whole bunch of shit, and that means I can't eat, any of this stuff. Doesn't fucking listen. You just need to eat more. Eat more healthy, and that'll fix everything. Yeah. Can I have healthy alternatives that I am not allergic to that won't make me violently ill and or hospitalize me? But no. Obviously, I don't understand. not trying hard enough. Like, I lost 20 pounds while I was on disability. That's not a small number to lose in 2 months. Well, 3 months. But she's just gonna say I'm not trying hard enough because I am not doing anything. It's like, yeah, I lost 20 pounds without changing anything. So, like, I'm not healthy. I'm aware. But, like, there's reasons. And right now, one of those things is, I don't want to look as gaunt and sickly as I do right now, so I'm ignoring her. Put that out like so. Oops. Just a little bit out like so. Okay. Nope. Looks better from that side. I mean, again, the most important view is the one down at the ground. This one here. I do not care for it. Works. I want to not delete that. I want to just melt it a little. Definitely not that. Definitely not that. Again, with the catching things in the background. annoying when that happens. Nope, not that one. It's taken away so much of this. It just looks too thick. Okay, I see what I need to do next. This one here needs to be extended up and out. Not what I wanted to do. I'm on the wrong one. I need the path. Put that up to there. Extended. All around it's been extended. Up and down. Up and down. There we go. It's a nice big chunky. Nice big chunky. There. That's better. Does look like it's in need of going out over here. We don't need it at 2. Let's put it to 1. Just for the moment. So that made it look like it was thick enough to support another branch there. Okay. Put that into the center. Okay. Pop that in. And this one here needs to be slightly adjusted. Wait, did I accidentally break something? I think I did. That was not what I was thinking it would do. Okay. Obviously that was a long time redo to this point. There. Long time back that I screwed this up somehow. Probably one of those changed in the background by accident things. Very unintentional shenanigans. We will add back the Johnny, little branch. Okay. There are, of course, still a few spots that are irritating me. But I do have to go soon, so I'm going to hit a little bit of a smooth there. hope that fixes at least part of it. The answer is no, it didn't. Somehow it made things worse. Just smooth down there, maybe. I know part of this is my issue. This chunk is very not tree-like. It's very much more of a blob than a tree. This right here is bothering me. It might be a bit better now. Oh, that's much better now. Just need to thicken this where it's attached a little. See one spot right here that could use a little bit of expansion. Not much, just a little. Just needs a little. Just to pull it apart. Can I see YouTube chat? Yes, I can. Yes, I can, Shinar Ghost. You are a little girl in real life? Okay then. Okay then. I am very much not a little girl. I am a woman. I am women. Old enough to have adult children. We'll go with that. I think I definitely mix that up a little bit. Oops. Just gonna fill that in. You're not making me uncomfortable. It's just a little strange to have someone immediately enter chat and tell me they are a child. As for calling me sister, please don't. It's an exaggeration. That's fine. I'm ending stream shortly anyway, so you can stay or go as you please. I have lunch to go to. Okay. I think I did pretty good for fixing the tree. It's nice and chunky. Certainly there's enough space in there for 139 types of wood, even though I still only have 128. I will get the other ones. I will. But for now, stream is coming to a close. I have a lunch date to get ready for. So I shall leave you here with this lovely tree that we will likely be building on the NotSMP tomorrow, since tomorrow is Minecraft Monday. Hopefully this week goes better than this last week has. Going back to full-time after being on disability sucks so much. I want to go back on disability. with the allergies I have, that might actually happen, but it's not something we should be looking into. So I need to just snooze that for a second, because there's no point in running the ads on Twitch when I am just about to head on off. What's my nationality? I'm Canadian. So I shall see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me for the last 2 hours or so. And I shall see you tomorrow.